Good morning to all MotoGP fans from the Sepang circuit. We're live to bring you all the excitement of the Malaysian Grand Prix. Just a few more moments and the images will take us to the starting straight for the MotoGP class race. Cameras take us to the starting grid where riders and engineers are discussing the final details. The weather is magnificent, a perfect end to this weekend. A medium rear tyre is enough to get you through the race in these temperatures, while a harder front tyre is needed. Celebrate winning the Malaysian Grand Prix. Riders have completed their warm-up lap and are lined up on the Sepang grid, ready for the start.
It's full throttle, it's lights out, and we're underway here in the Malaysian MotoGP race. Bagnaia looked like he initially missed the start, and he's going to get swallowed up here, is he, by Martin and now Bastian. He's got the inside line coming from the second row of the grid, but it's Martin toughing it out with Bagnaia in the first corner. Martin goes out really wide towards the marbles. Bastian comes back to lead, Alex Marquez second, Bagnaia third, and now Martin back in P5.
Yeah, he's behind the birthday boy, Marco Bezzecchi. Fabio Quartararo got a very good start, but got beaten up a little bit into turn one. Quartararo into the top six now, but it's the two underdogs. It's the two who don't have championship thoughts on their mind who lead this race.
Yeah, there's Bezzecchi there now. He would have thought about a move on the inside into turn four for the first time. So, leading the Malaysian Grand Prix early here is Anaya Bastianini after an injury-ravaged 2023 season. How good is it to see the beast back at his brilliant best at the front of this Malaysian Grand Prix early on? He's leading Alex Marquez.
Once again, the factory KTMs just did not make the progress we thought. Well, Jack Miller has. He's up into 7th from 10th from the window. Brad Binder, who we thought would be a real threat here, he's dropped 2 places on this first lap.
Now, already a little conundrum here for the likes of Jorge Martin, who's got it out of shape there on the brakes going into turn number 9. He almost clattered into the back of Marco Bezzecchi. At the back of the minds of the riders stuck in this group is going to be front tyre temperature and front tyre pressure as well. That was a close shave there for Martin on the brakes into the first gear, turn 9.
Yeah, Martin almost running to the back of Bezzecchi, will be thinking he's not necessarily in this World Championship picture, so he won't necessarily want to get involved too much, but of course he's racing for his own results as Martin now does attack. This is where he passed Pecco Bagnaia yesterday, and today he passes Bezzecchi. Martin up to 4th.
It's in these last 2 sectors where Bezzecchi has suffered turning that Ducati all weekend. He's still suffering the after effects of that trading accident, the fractured right collarbone pre-Mandalika, and he just can't muscle the bike around in the fast change of direction, so he quickly loses that 4th place to Martin. Martin then can now set about engaging and fighting with his chief championship adversary, Pecco Bagnaia. Lap 1 completed, Bastianini leads from Alex Marquez. It's an all Ducati top 5 at the end of the black one. Great to see the beast back on the prowl, isn't it? This is the Anaya Bastianini that the factory Ducati team signed. This was the Anaya Bastianini we thought we'd be seeing right from the get-go. Of course, that fractured right shoulder blade, that luckless incident with Luca Marini in the very first Tissot sprint in Portimao just destroyed the first part of the season, where he was trying to gel with the GP23, trying to gel with the new crew chief, trying to gel with the factory Ducati team on the back foot as Martin goes for it on the inside of Bagnaia. On the comeback they go. They are shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow. So it was a brief excursion into the top 3 for Jorge Martin. Bagnaia got him on the exit of 14.
Martin can see what we're seeing, but the top 2 are getting away, and perhaps he wants to get on with this. How much is Bagnaia concerned about what's going on ahead of him, or is he just managing his pace and managing his tyres? Surely he wouldn't be letting those top 2 get away by this much at this earlier stage if he could help it. A 58.9 for Alex Marquez, the fastest rider on track, as Jorge Martin once again shows the front wheel to Pecco Bagnaia. He's had 1 attempt. When will the next one come?
That's red hot pace, isn't it? In red hot conditions from Alex Marquez. He's the only rider in the 158s on that last lap, slightly quicker than Bastianini directly ahead of him. They are 1.5 seconds clear, or the Beast is 1.5 seconds clear of his teammate Pecco Bagnaia, who's under big pressure here. He's got the inside line, Martin. He's just going to ease on the inside of Bagnaia into turn 4. He makes it through this time round and then crash late on in qualifying. They go side by side. Once again, done it around the outside. They are elbow to elbow again, elbow on the tarmac, knee dragging as well through turn 5. Bagnaia versus Martin. This is the title showdown we've all been waiting for, we've all been hoping for. Bagnaia versus Martin. Game on here in Malaysia.
That was some serious bravery from Pecco Bagnaia to ride around the outside of Jorge Martin. Yellow flags are out in the second sector. It was someone towards the back of the field who has gone down. No one in the leading positions at the moment. It was Joan Mir who crashed out of the sprint yesterday, remounted and finished at the back of the field. And that is what, crash number 50 for our regular Repsol Honda riders.
That is the half a century racked up. A record that they really did not want, was it, the HRC factory team? Because that moves Joan Mir on to 23 crashes this season. Marquez already racked up 27, which is his equal worst of his Grand Prix career. He joked with the Spanish media yesterday, at least he's breaking some kind of records. We have to factor in as well, Mir and Marquez have missed 9 Sunday Grand Prix as well, but the pair of them notch the unwanted distinction of 50 crashes. There's still 2 Grand Prix remaining in 2023. Back at the front, and Bastianini has got into a real good rhythm in this early part of this Malaysian Grand Prix. His lead through the third sector on this lap 5 of 20 was up to nearly 6/10 of a second. Just wondering, with Alex Marquez is just having to ease off ever so slightly, roll out of it just to try and get some cool air on that front tyre.
Well, I wonder if that's what Jorge Martin's doing as well, because look at the gap that's opened up behind Pecco Bagnaia on this lap. It's 3/4 of a second now between Bagnaia and Martin. Bagnaia's done a 1:59.2. He's upped his pace. It was a 59.7 for Jorge Martin, and that's why the top 4 are now a little bit more spaced out. That is another Aprilia dropping out of the race, and that is crash number 5 of the weekend for Malaysia Spargaro.
So it's last rider standing in terms of Maverick Vinales, turn 9. Well, he was down there on Friday afternoon, wasn't he, Malaysia Spargaro? He had a hat-trick of crashes at 3. Unforgettable Friday here in Malaysia, and it just goes from bad to worse. He had a hat-trick of crashes at 3. Unforgettable Friday here in Malaysia, and it just goes from bad to worse, as Maverick Vinales now is the sole surviving RSGP in this Malaysia Grand Prix.
We're moving to Parc Ferme with the live coverage, where the 3 podium finishers have just arrived. The winner is over the moon and is rightly indulging in celebrations with his team members.